Hey everybody, welcome back to Raw to Rageous. I'm Bobby. It's October 1st, 2019, and you know what that means. It is opening day of archery season in a number of places throughout the country. This is my football season. I am crazy excited about it. It's about 3:45 in the afternoon, and I am off work and headed home as quickly but legally as I possibly can so I can get changed and jump into my camouflage and get out into the timber and get set up in my tree stand. The lunar transit is going to happen in about 15 minutes, so I'm really hoping that I can catch the back end of that window of opportunity. From the data I've seen already, the state of Oklahoma has already had a banner opening day. There's a tracker on the Oklahoma Wildlife Department website that tracks the harvest, and there are already over 400 animals just today. So I'm looking forward to a great year. Stick with me. So I've already been doing my homework, and I know that the wind is going to be blowing at about 11 to 12 miles an hour when I get out there. It should fall off to about 5 to 6 miles an hour and be coming from the south, which is a perfect setup for the location that I've chosen to sit tonight. I'm going to be sitting in a creek bed draw where the deer cross from off of a couple of hillsides down into the center. My tree stand sits about 14 or 15 feet off the ground. That's a little lower than I usually like to be, but for this setup it's going to be perfectly ideal because the hills on either side are going to block the majority of that wind and that breeze, which is going to set me up just great for their nostrils. Now, a couple of days ago, I did drop a pretty good dose of corn on the ground, and I'm going to take just a little bit of extra in a gallon Ziploc bag with me today as I get out into the stand, so that if the deer happen to have cleaned out the flat or the ground underneath me, then I've got something to cast out that they can come into. If there's corn still on the ground, and there could be, then I'm going to retain the corn that I've got in that Ziploc bag that I'm going to carry in my backpack for another time when I'm out in the stand and discover that I don't have anything underneath me. Now, a couple of things that I'm going to have to do is try to get out into the timber as quickly as I can and get set up. But there's a delicate balance there because it's 89 degrees outside right now. Now, the temperature's going to fall a little bit down into the 70s before it gets too dark to see. But I really don't want to get up in my tree stand and be sweating like a stuck hog, to borrow a phrase, because that's going to be uncomfortable, but it's also going to draw mosquitoes. Now, another thing that I'm going to try to do is get out as quietly as I possibly can. It's been dry for several days. We're not expecting a little bit of rain until the end of the week, so the leaves are real crunchy. But I think, for the most part, I can get to the stand fairly quietly and be just fine. I know I can get up in it and get so pretty quietly as well. So it's 4 o'clock right now. The moon is exactly overhead. And I think, I've got my fingers crossed, but I think I've got a pretty good shot tonight at having an opportunity to take an animal. We'll see. So my goal is to be up in the tree stand and situated by 5 p.m. That should give me ample opportunity to get things settled in, settled down, and ready for whatever may come in, and still give me plenty of opportunity in the window. So a little bit more about my setup. I'm shooting a Barnett crossbow with a 150-pound draw weight. I'm shooting 20-inch bolts with Schwacker broadheads on the front end. Now, I've got another set of broadheads that I'm going to put to use a little bit later, but I've already sighted in with these, and we're going to give them a shot. So the most important thing about broadhead selection is making sure that you've got a device and a tool that's going to get the job done. You're going to get deep penetration, you're going to have a good clean cutting surface, it's going to slide right through and give you ample room and surface area to cause the bleeding that needs to happen to give a good clean kill to the animal. So on the back end of the bolt, I'm shooting a Luminoc, which is a lighted knock on the back end of the shaft. First time I've ever used them was last year, and it made a believer out of me pretty fast. All right, everybody, it's on. It's 4:30 right now, and I'm less than a mile away from my house. So I've got about half an hour to get up in that tree stand and get settled in before I hit my target time. Now, the sun goes down officially where I'm at 7:04 p.m. I've got 30 minutes after that grace period of daylight. I'm hoping that that's not needed, that by 7:04 or by 7:30, I'm already back at the house. But we'll see. So stay tuned.
So I missed my target by about 10 minutes. But I do feel like I made it out here pretty clean and pretty quiet. And I'm not really being bugged much by the mosquitoes. And that's a good thing. Been sitting up here about 15-20 minutes. The wind is starting to die down a little bit already, which is great. And it won't be too long before the sun settles in over the crest of that hill in front of me, which will add some additional shading through here, and that'll be a good thing for the deer. So stay tuned.
Hey everybody, it's October 2nd. Sat in the tree stand till after dark and didn't see any deer come in, but that's okay. Missed the window by just a little bit. Had some squirrels come in and watch them for a while. That was kind of fun. Had a turtle actually come through and start munching on the corn too, which I've never seen before. But looking forward to a great season. Had the first sit on the tree stand and can't wait for tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to make it out today. It's a Wednesday, but I'm thinking that tomorrow should be fantastic in terms of what the lunar cycle looks like, because the moon should be directly overhead in my area at about 5:45, 5:47 tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow evening should be a great sit if the weather holds out, and we'll see where that takes it. Thank you for watching. This is Raw to Rageous. If you haven't done it yet, drop a like, drop a subscribe, send it to your friends, have them do it, so that we can keep you posted on all the new content that comes up. And part 6 of This Will Change the Way You Hunt Forever is coming soon. So with that, we'll see you next time.